Welcome back, my beautiful soulmates, to another deep and transformative episode of Soul Cync. You know, I love bringing you conversations that align with the mind, body, and spirit, but today we're making history. I have an exclusive interview with someone you've been waiting to hear from, someone who's been a part of a movement, a cultural shift, and a soundtrack to many of our lives. He's an artist, a creative visionary, and someone who's been in the game since he was a kid. Ladies and gentlemen, soulmates, I present you the one and only Princeton Perez.
Ooh, whoa, what an intro. Thanks, I appreciate that.
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm excited
you
to
for
be
coming.
here.
It is an honor, a privilege, a pleasure.
Thank you. No, it's an honor for me, man. Your energy is so cool, so I'm of course I'm down.
Oh, I feel the same way about you. Like, truly, you're such a light. As soon as we met, I was like, yeah, we're going to be friends.
We're going to be friends. We're going to be good. Yeah.
How have you been? How's everything going?
Everything's been good. I've just been in a really creative place right now. I'm finishing up my EP and writing a short film and being the creative director of my whole career. So it's been very distracting in the best way. So I've just been locked in, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, let's get into that. So how long have you been doing like your own music now?
I started recording my own solo music, I want to say a couple of years ago. I want to say during the group I was like experimenting and trying like new sounds, but you know, I was just trying to be as creative as I can be, you know, so it wasn't really the best. But I would say for the past 3-4 years, I've really been locked in on my solo music. But now I feel like I've experienced enough life and I have enough influence and inspiration to really make the project that I've been wanting to make.
Ooh, I'm excited. I can't wait to hear it. But before we just jump into your journey as a solo artist, can we get into you and the group? Like, can we get the exclusive? Like, what everybody wants to know. Like, what happened? Why isn't there a Mindless Behavior anymore?
Honestly, I it's the same answer that we all say. Is just we kind of grew up.
Okay.
You know, Mindless was a really young group. I was the first to join at like 9-10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was in it for a very long time, and even after the boys had like went off and did their own ventures, I was still in it for a couple of years. So I really was able to like take advantage of every moment, every hour in that group. But I think we just, you know, we grew up and everybody wanted to do different things, and that's fine, you know.
Right.
The older that I've gone, I've realized that you can't force people to do what they don't want to do. Like, you have to just let people do what they want to do.
100%. I don't know if you know that, but some of my background with music, working with Nick, he put together a boy band named Pop Money. Yes.
Okay.
And they recently just broke up. So I'm like, yeah, it's just so many emotions, I guess. We kind of saw it coming, but it was just also more of like, just something you built and you worked so hard for, like, not be there anymore. Like, I got all these hit records and I'm just waiting for my next band I could put together.
It's definitely like a breakup, like a true heartbreak. So you go through the same grieving process and all that. Yeah, it's pretty tough, but it does just grow you up. It's life, you know. Right.
And I think that's always the goal too, like to just take off as a solo artist. But let's get into like joining a group, a career at 9 years old. Like, what was that like? Can we go back to little Princeton?
Oh my gosh. It was, you know, but even before the group, I was already going out on auditions. And so I was used to that, I want to say, quote unquote, audition life. Like, every day was a different, you know, auditioning for something for Gap or McDonald's or Skechers and booking or not booking and callbacks. And that was just a lot of what I was doing. So when I had auditioned for MB, that was just like another audition. And when I ended up booking it, that really changed my life, because it's so funny. It's like, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but I can remember that day. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
That day.
It was just, it was a lot of people. I got really intimidated by a lot of, it was a lot of talented young boys. So I just went in, and I remember they just asked us to sing and dance.
You remember what she sang?
I don't remember what I sang, but I do remember we danced to like I want to say a Justin Timberlake song. That's what I can remember.
And you guys danced together?
No, it was like 1,000 boys.
Oh my gosh, all at once you guys were dancing.
They were just going like naming them out. And then once a couple hours later, they said, we'll call you in 2 weeks if you made the group. But we always hear that, like, we'll reach out if you make it. And you know, at that time, like, I didn't know when I would get a call back. And by the time I got home that night, they called and was like, hey, we want Jacob to be part of this group we're putting together called Mindless Entertainment, Mindless Behavior. We don't know. And I was like, do I get to be homeschooled? Because I really did not. You
didn't like school?
I liked school, but I got really bullied. So
What?
Yeah. So
bullied like what? Like how?
Oh, kids were cruel at that age.
Kids are mean.
Man. Kids were very mean. I was a very expressive, like loud kid, and very like would talk to anybody. I'm still like that. But you know,
and they didn't like that.
They did not like that. I also went to a pretty predominantly Hispanic school, and I'm half Mexican, half black, so I just look so different from everybody. And you know, what did you ask? I'm sorry.
I just lost it.
What do you think it was? Boom, I think that's what it was.
What do you think it was that they were like bullying you for? Or no, I asked, they didn't like that you were so like open and just
so
nice.
Loud. I was very dramatic as a young kid.
It's paid off now.
It's all right. It's all right. Some people like it, some people don't. But I was just very much the kid that would, join every club. Like I wanted to be in every club.
That's such a good thing though. It seems like you're like just so friendly and like welcoming.
A little too friendly. But I also had a mouth on me. I would just like try to stick up for my friends, but I'm like 4 feet tall, getting beat up. Like I need to learn
getting beat up. Oh my goodness.
So when I joined MB and they said, but if he joins this thing that we're trying to put together, he's gonna have to be homeschooled. I'm like, I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in. I'm in. And then when I left, it wasn't until maybe 2 years later, MB went on our first school tour, and my school was one of them.
Oh, and you were like, I'm gonna shit on all y'all little.
No, I went back because when I left, I didn't tell nobody. At the time, there was MySpace, so I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell teachers.
You just left.
Just left.
Yeah, sounds like a Taurus.
I'm out. No. But so when I went back, I had a different name. I had grown my hair out. I was just, walking, talking just differently as an artist. So it was yeah.
So did you always know you wanted to be a superstar? Like from when you were little? Yeah,
I've always wanted to be in front of a camera. And I've always wanted to entertain people.
But you didn't know what yet? Like, when did you realize that, like, all your talents? Because it's like you're saying you were going to auditions at such a young age and then auditioning for a group. Like, when did you realize, okay, this is what I want to do? Like, how young were you?
I mean, I knew at about like 3 years old that I wanted to just be on stage. Yeah.
Like, were you that little boy that like had the little hairbrush mic in the mirror?
Oh yeah, 100%. My first performance was like my first grade talent show, and I performed a Justin Timberlake record, his first single. And my Tia Vicky, shout out to Tia Vicky, she like sewed the same outfit that he wore. Like that was, and I was how old are you in first grade? Maybe 7 years old. So I knew at a very young age that I wanted to be on stage performing and dancing and singing. So I just found a way to do that, and it started off auditioning, and then it went into like dancing. That's really was a big part of my childhood. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
So and then you started Mindless Behavior. You said you auditioned when you were 9. Let's just like stay in that era for a little bit. Like, what did you know that like the rise of Mindless Behavior, like the success was gonna happen so quickly? Like when you were in it, were you just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it, watch this, and then it just happened like that? Or take us back to the rise.
I mean, we definitely thought that it was going to be like overnight sensation, but that's the misconception that people have, that we were in artist development for almost 3-4 years.
Wow.
Where we had to just sing every day, dance every day, work out every day, eat healthy, like be homeschooled, study nothing but artists. Like there was a whole chunk of like childhood shows that I just don't know about, because we were just in that garage, me and the boys just going in every day. So by the time,
I love that.
It was
artists don't do that anymore.
Artists don't do that, and I'm so blessed that I was able to get that, because I feel like maybe we were the last generation that maybe had that, our era.
Honestly, because
then social media came out after that, so
and ruined everything. Just kidding.
Right. Nah. So to us, it felt like, when is it gonna happen? To the world, we just one day popped out on TV, but it took a lot. And even before that, like I said, I was doing auditioning. So by the time Mindless came out, I was already 10 years already in the entertainment world.
Do you feel like having that foundation an environment really help protect and shelter you guys? Because it's like, you know, we hear so many stories of crazy things happening, especially to boy groups, but I feel like to have adults that were so like, that cared about your artist development, do you think that helped you guys and protected you guys from a lot of things, or was there crazy stuff going on too?
Oh my God. I mean, I feel like you can't help but to see something in this industry that just makes you look a little, you know, that just gives you some type of feeling. But we did, just us and the boys being so sheltered definitely helped. I think us being off of social media helped, because there was a time where we really had no social media and we were selling out shows where we really had no idea the impact. And that was good.
Like you went on stage.
Yeah, we would just go from the hotel to the stage and we wouldn't even know anything, which now that I look back on it, we probably should have known a little more. But
you guys were so young.
So young, yeah.
And they want to keep you focused on the bigger picture.
On what we need to be focused on. And just like, also too, I realized in this industry, in life, really, it all goes down to how you were raised. So even though we had a really good team and, you know, some people in and out, my mom is the reason why my character is the way it is, because even through all the crazy stuff I've been through, like, I can still confidently say that I'm a humble dude and anyone can approach me, and I'm going to most likely approach somebody before they come up to me and say hi. So I really give that to my mom and my family. I think that's the core to why I've been able to kind of just not lose my mind.
I feel like relationships and how you treat people is like this cheat code to succeeding in the music industry and really nurturing that. But it goes with what you said. It goes back to how you were raised, because it's like, if it's not instilled in you, it's easy to get lost. Because that's what I think it is. Like the people that, you know, we pray for them. But the people that do have that blessing of being raised a certain way, it's easier to decipher like right from wrong and good and bad and glitter and gold. Definitely.
And even going through school and being bullied in those little ways, I was still able at a young age to see how success can make people change. I was able to go back and see the kids who used to bully me, and now they're calling me Princeton, when I'm like, you don't even know me as this. So at a young age, I was able to see how people can switch, how, you know, so that was also helpful as well.
Do you feel like the bullying is a part of your success too? Like how, I love that.
Absolutely.
So you learned how to alchemize at a young age. It's like, let's turn this into confidence. Let's turn this into power.
100%. 100. And I feel like I'm at an age now where I'm starting to, quote unquote, I think I'm realizing like, turn my pain into art. But then I look back and I've always been doing that. I've always turned sadness into something that can grow. So 100%, I think I got a tough backbone from that.
Right, you like, I do it for the haters.
Yeah, come on.
I do it for y'all. Do you feel like is there anything that has really stuck with you and is a big part of that, or is it just like collectively all like the bullying pushed you to grow?
What has stuck with me? I would say the during the artist development, learning what discipline was a big change for me, because I was able to really see if you put in a lot of work, something successful can come out of it. So that really just stuck with me with everything I do in life, in relationships, with friendships, in business. Like, as long as you're disciplined, something good is going to come out of it. Right. And that's the biggest thing I took from it.
Oh, I love that. Discipline. I was literally going to ask you, like, what was one of the biggest lessons you learned during that time? But discipline is everything. I feel like discipline is like a self-love love letter.
Yeah, and also too, another thing besides discipline is, not because I was gonna say soul, not because it's here, but really protecting your soul. At a young age, we could not understand why we weren't allowed to go to parties and we weren't allowed to hang out with other people, and like we were so, when I say sheltered, we were a little too sheltered in my opinion, but also too, it taught us the power of your soul and the power of your presence and how you need to really take care of that. And that has stuck with me through everything in life.
I love that you said that. So how do you protect your soul?
I protect my soul by being one with my thoughts. Definitely. And physically going somewhere that makes you feel safe. Mine is the sunset. Yeah.
We just speak the same language. I love it. Like literally counting sunsets is one of my favorite things to do. I used to be able to remember like how many sunsets I could count, like actually watching it go down. So to hear you say that, yeah, because I feel like there's something so centering about that, because you're so present and just watching that like little dot.
It's that one. Down. Yeah, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I got into it. We're in 2025. That's crazy. But 2023, I was the summer of 2023, I just mentally was just going through a lot, and I was moving, and at the time I was living by the beach. Mm-hmm. So I found myself like just going for a drive every day and just like getting my mind right. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that whenever it would rain, the very next day, the sunset would look so beautiful. Mm-hmm. So in a way, I was like, every time it would rain, I would kind of enjoy it because I knew like something positive was going to come from it after it. And then I took that into my life. Like whenever I have rainy days, my own personal sunset is going to come after. So, and then that kind of goes into the music because the whole artwork is kind of centered around my own personal sunset, and you know, and that all comes from your soul. So it just all ties in very well.
I love that. Do you feel like who taught you to even protect your soul?
Who taught me how to protect my soul?
Does that go back to moms, or is that just something that like just that protective energy that like you have with yourself of knowing like when to take a step back? Like where did that come from? Like have you always been that emotionally intelligent?
Emotionally intelligent? What?
Don't make me laugh.
Oh, my bad. Let me think about that. I want to say part of it is just really being a Taurus, because I feel like Taurus is really like to, we're earth signs. Taurus is like to, you know, it's an ongoing joke. We like to eat and be alone and just like comfort. Mm-hmm. So that is just naturally what makes me happy, is being alone and just not feeling lonely, but being alone.
Yes, and being in your own energy.
My own energy. And I've been doing so much of that lately, and it's been so healing. So that. And I look up to a lot of artists from the 70s and the 80s, and, you know, social media wasn't a thing. So a lot of their presence was felt because you couldn't see them. Like John Lennon and Michael Jackson and some Andy Warhol. And, you know, there wasn't any social media. So you really had to... Their presence was really felt because you never saw them a lot. And I really resonated with that, because if we didn't need social media, I feel like a lot of us wouldn't even want it. So I try to just, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but sadly, it's like what kind of rules the world now.
Yeah, and it's just to make the most out of it. Like you could really monetize this and make, you know, so much money off of it. But I think that level of privacy that's no longer there. Mm-hmm. And then the level of you can be whoever you want to be online is like really crazy. Messing with people. Like I feel like that's why so many people are losing themselves, because you could post whatever. You could put in your bio that you do this and people don't know. Like you could easily do it. Like do you ever feel like you had to rediscover yourself, or you lost yourself in any way?
I've definitely had. It's so funny that you even say lost, because that's like, I just wrote a record yesterday, and it was like all ties in. It's weird, but
really,
rediscover myself. It's so funny. I feel like I'm every day trying to rediscover myself. I have to trust myself. Like you know what you're doing, dog. Like chill out. But I've definitely have had. I'm in my third. Okay, let me say this. Growing up, I always thought that everyone had like that one rediscover moment, but I feel like we have multiples of those. And I've recently
a lot of lifetimes. I understand. I feel I feel like I'm a phoenix. As soon as the ashes come, let me show you what I could recreate myself to be.
And that's so. There's so much that there's this record by Imogen Heap called "Let Go." It's my favorite song ever. And she says there's beauty in the breakdown. And I never understood that because I just like the record, but there is beauty in when things are breaking down. Find some beauty in that, and I feel like I'm like in my third one. I've had two before for sure. So a rediscover moment. Yeah.
Did you have to go through that after the group?
Yeah, that was the second time.
Oh, what was the first one?
I'll probably leave you school.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one was leaving school and just kind of rewiring my brain into an artist's brain and like artist development, boot camp, like no friends, no parties, no, like that's a whole different shift.
That's amazing that they did that though. Like I love, and it really protected you from a lot. Like, you know, we hear so many stories in the industry and we see it as well. So it's like to have adults that really, really cared and weren't part of being the predators is a blessing, seriously. Yeah,
and our parents really being able to like, I don't know, I feel like our parents have been such a big staple. Yeah. But then the second time was after the group. Because, you know, if it was up to me, the group would have lasted forever. I was very much that kid, like, we're good.
Right.
But I had to learn that people move on and you have to. So when I was kind of put in a situation where I was like, oh, crap, I was like 21 years old. I'm like, I need to figure it out. Like, I'm gonna, you know, so.
How did you begin that rediscovery process?
I cut all my hair off. Yeah.
And then it just instantly, you're like, ooh, new identity. Because I feel like that as just like a woman too. Like even just a little trims, I'm like, oh, I'm a new person.
Really?
So to like really cut it all off.
Funny.
Like, did you do a buzz cut?
I didn't do a buzz cut, but I knew that the afro, like Mindless was so known for our hair. Even now, people are like, were you the one with the braids or the afro or the? And so that's the first thing I wanted to do was get rid of that image. So I cut all my hair off, and then I kind of gave myself like a new nickname. I started calling myself like Papi Chulo, like just trying to get rid. It wasn't anything serious, but it was something that I could feel like it was a character, and I could make an alter ego that I could just submerge myself in. Because I kind of treated like Princeton and like a movie character. You have to just dive deep and submerge yourself. I have this really weird obsession with artists who just like submerge themselves into their art. So I treated my life like that. Like I'm gonna submerge myself into feeding my soul. Like
I love that.
So yeah, and everything came from it. I made an EP. I met new people. I started going out. I got a license. Like things that I had so much freedom that I didn't have in the group, and I did that. And then it's so funny because this kind of new rediscovering of my life, the first thing I did was grew my hair back. So I don't know where that kind of ties in, but I feel like I'm gaining so much more of my power back. Like I'm not trying to run away.
Hair is so spiritual.
So spiritual, yeah.
Like I'm so selective over who touches my hair. Like I literally just tried a new hairstylist for the first time.
How was it?
Well, okay, it's technically the second time, but I've been going to the hairstylist before for 12 years. Like, don't talk to me about loyalty, okay? We go to another level. But I love her, and it actually made me think differently about so many things. I'm like, wow, I've been so big on just sticking it out and, you know, like growing together with someone. But then you could meet somebody and they get it right the first time.
They got it right the first time?
I mean, how is it looking?
Hey, you look great. Of course they got it right the first time.
Is hair spiritual to you too? Like
hair
you feel
is
like
very
Samson,
spiritual.
like, oh, I got my strength back.
I didn't even, like recently, I don't know, when I guess so. I wasn't even expecting my hair to get so long. I just wanted to just feel different and look different and just think different and just like in all the ways. So I just started growing my hair out, and then it got longer and longer and longer. And now
so how long have you been growing it out? Where are you at now? Because your hair's long.
My hair's long.
You got inches, okay?
I don't know what to do with it. I just put it in a bun. I don't know. It took maybe almost a year.
Okay.
And
that's fast.
That year was very like just.
What were you going through?
I just was like trying to get rid of not trying to, but like people were leaving my life, and like every areas of my life, friendship, family, relationship. It was just like people that I never thought would not be in my life. So that was just like just a whole mind twist for me, and I felt like it was a little more intense because emotionally I've grown. I feel like as a young kid, I feel like I'm still a kid, but like when the group first ended, it was so much like I had that like not really caring about anything but just getting to it. But now I take time to really worry about my mental health and how my emotional state, so that just takes a little more energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, two things I want to get into now, because
I
really want to get into your spiritual journey, but also like you coming into manhood, because like being a kid and then transitioning to that. So what do you want to uncover first?
You know what, we'll do the man, because I feel like ending it with a nice, good spiritual talk.
Okay,
like
yes, I love that.
Feel me?
So how has that transition been? Because I'm sure people also still look at you like, hey, you're the kid from Mindless Behavior,
for sure,
and you're
for
like,
sure.
I'm actually a grown ass man. Okay, so what is that like?
You know what? I'm definitely man enough now to say that there was a time where I was doing too much. I was trying my hardest to prove to everybody that I am a man. See, I have a drink in my hand. It's like, that does not make you a man. You know what I mean? I was really just so crazy, like just like trying to go to the club. Just, I don't like to drink alcohol, but I just need to be there because that's where grown people are at. And you know, I missed so much of my childhood, so I didn't get to date. I didn't get to go to college parties. So I'm like 21, like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America, like what's going on, guys? You know, like just not really knowing how to connect with people.
Familiar.
But I feel like it's so weird because in the industry, I felt like that was my biggest struggle, trying to prove to people that I take me serious, I'm a grown. But then my personal life, everybody sees me the way I am. So once I started tapping into like the people who really matter and how they view me, that started to shine through my artistry.
Where do you think that came from? Just so much of like proving yourself? Was it like the fan talk? Was it, did someone say something and rub you the wrong way? Was it all like just your ego, like talking to you, telling you this? Like, what was that? Where was that voice coming from? I
wouldn't say it's my ego, because my ego at that time, when just in that situation, was very much, who cares what anybody thinks, really, if I'm being honest. But it was a lot of trying to prove to the fans and prove to the media that like not all young kids like go off the deep end. You know what I mean? Like, no, like I come from a cool upbringing, and the group went through what it is, but like so I wanted to just prove to a lot of people with that. But you know, I really stepped into manhood like these past 2 years when I realized that like the only opinion that matters is yours. And if you really need some validation from somebody, get it from somebody that you know genuinely loves you. And I have a beautiful mom, and I'm also, you know, I'm Mexican. I have like 30,000 cousins in LA, so I can go to anybody's house and talk.
I love it. So do you feel like that was probably your biggest challenge during that phase, just coming into like, because so many childhood stars, like you see them, they just spiral out, and like you're thriving.
Appreciate it.
No, you are. Like, I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate it.
And you could truly feel the energy. Like, you are someone that you could tell is like just really genuine and genuinely like happy. Like, it's a real smile behind there.
I put my grills on today because I knew this was going to be up close. See these grills.
I love it. I love it. But is that what you would say your biggest challenge was during that time of just coming to adulthood?
Well, I would say also dating was pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Because I was very much, you know, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was talking about like marriage. And she had mentioned like, you know, growing up, I wasn't really the girl that like thought about my marriage. I thought about work. And I was like, that's crazy, because growing up, I was never the type that thought about prom or dating. I wanted to just get to my career and being able to inspire people. But when dating has really helped me come into my manhood, because you learn a lot about yourself. So that was very challenging for me.
Do you feel like the people you date are mirrors of you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you feel that way? When did you realize that? Because that was something for me that was like, there's no way I'm like this guy. Like, after the breakup's over. Really? But now I'm like, whoa, shit just got real. Yes,
but I can even go deep into like not even just relationships, with friendships as well.
Your environment.
Like, I'm starting to see like, oh, not only are we alike, but like I know what you're thinking without you even saying that, because I would do the same thing.
We just did that today. We had our little telepathy moment. But no, seriously,
oh yeah, I was about to text you like, hey, everything good? You're like, hey, here's the address. I'm like, okay, I was just gonna text you. That's crazy. I definitely seeing yourself through people, and it makes it easier to forgive, because you wouldn't want that
that grace.
You definitely want that grace, and just boundaries. Boundaries has been a big thing that has helped me in my manhood, because as a young kid, you know, we're taught as long as they're happy, you're doing a good job, even though we're doing good as just as an entertainer, because my life has always been just entertainment industry.
So you mean like the
fans, the media, the executives, the people, like, you know, do the right thing, don't be in the media, like And so
but that also like starts like a people pleasing thing.
Right. And I got validation from people. But once I
Mm-hmm.
learned about boundaries, then I really started becoming into like stepping into my manhood, because boundaries are strong and you really start to see who's for you, which sucks. But, you know.
I mean, I love that like you even brought that up in your journey and your process over like the last couple years, because I'm like in that phase now in my life of like, whoa. Now I'm starting to really meet my tribe of people that like, I believe that they're going to be here and be around for like my wedding and my kids and my grandkids. Yeah. And it's like, it's so beautiful, because I'm someone like, I really love unconditionally. Yeah. And I feel like that's a blessing and a curse. Or I used to think that for a long time, because it's just like, I don't want to love bad people.
Yeah, it's hard.
And
it's hard.
You know, but I feel like how you said, we gotta forgive and give grace, and boundaries gotta become your bestie, because then once you have that, you're free. And there's no longer that need of like control or force. It's like what's for me is gonna be, and like you just gotta show up and be authentic to yourself and have that discipline, and who's gonna be around is gonna stay and who's not is gonna leave. But like during that transitioning process for you, what was that like? Like, did you want to hold on to the people that were like you?
For sure. I'm so loyal. I think loyalty is everything. Like, and me still going at it in this industry and still going, and like, it's just a testament to how loyal I am to myself, how loyal I am to my team. So when people start drifting away, it is a hard, like, even though you know you aren't supposed to be in my life, it's like, why do we give up? But that was pretty challenging. But also too, you know, I study so much when it comes to artistry. So looking up to John Lennon and Michael Jackson and Andy Warhol and all these, Charlie Chaplin, they all in their career and in life had to step away from people that were there, was there for one season. Right. So I think as a student of art and music, as long as I change my mindset to like that, it's easier to swallow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that. So over the years, how you've evolved as an artist, how would you describe you back then in like 2012 to now to 2025?
Like describe my artistry or just me, who I was as a person?
Let's do both. Because how different are they?
Let's see. I mean, as a person, 2012 Princeton was 2012 Princeton was like a little rebel.
Yeah.
A little rebel, but
you don't still got that in you?
I still have that in me, but I definitely still have that in me. But like as a young kid, I really like, if you told me to go left, I'm gonna go right just because you told me to turn left. I wasn't bad, but I was definitely
you got to see what's on the other side.
You have to see what's on the other side. It was just, So 2012 Princeton was definitely I would say a little rebel, but a little naive. Definitely a lot of naive, actually. Very naive.
I love the accountability.
Yeah, very naive. Very naive. But what are we, 2025? 2025 Princeton. Princeton is very much more comfortable in his skin. So he doesn't have to do all that hoopla and hollering to show people I'm just myself. And that's a comfortable place to be in.
Okay.
And I'm not as naive as I was.
A little more responsible.
Yeah.
That life experience did you well.
Woo. Woo, woo, woo. And artist wise, yeah, I mean, that's grown the most, like really, because 2012 Princeton was just scared to go into a recording studio. Now,
really?
Yeah, you're in a group, you feel like, okay, the other member can kind of do a lot of stuff, and you know, you're told what to do. They're not putting you in the studio. You think you can't sing, you can't, all these things. And now 2025 Princeton is booking the studio session. So it's different. Yeah.
I love that. What would you say is the most rewarding part of like your solo artist journey?
Oh, the most rewarding part would be proving to myself that I'm so much more talented and disciplined and smart than what people led me on to be. Yeah.
Do you feel like people made you feel like you needed the group?
Did you hear my stomach growl? That's crazy.
I didn't hear it.
I hope y'all don't hear that. Say it one more time. I'm sorry. Do you think that people made me feel like that
you needed the group? That
I needed the group? Yeah. A couple people I've definitely made it seem like I can't do anything without a group or without anybody. But, that's just life.
It's
I've
just
never let
self-talk.
that,
That negative self-talk that people try to put in your head. Okay, so when did your spiritual journey begin? Because what I was really excited when we even first started talking about Soul Cync, as soon as I told you it was a spiritual podcast, you're like, oh, okay, I want to do it.
Heck yeah.
So what was that like when you lit up? Like, first, let's start with, what does spirituality mean to you? Let's put ourselves in your perspective.
Spirituality. I think that spirituality, what it means to me is self-love.
I love that. I agree.
Yeah. Self-love and feeling at peace.
Oh,
mental peace.
For real.
Yeah. And my spiritual journey really started, I had little nooks and crooks on tour where I just wanted my alone time. I wanted to meditate. I knew that I wasn't educated on it, but I knew the importance of being alone and meditating and praying and feeling balanced. But I wasn't educated on it. Mm-hmm. But I started studying on it around 2021. Yeah, 2021, I started dating more. I really started dating more, and I started meeting people, and I'm like, why are you like this? But that's not right. So I'm very much, if I don't understand something, I really need to learn what it is.
Right.
Like, I need to read a book. I need to watch a documentary. I need to live up to my name being Princeton. Like, I have to be a student. And I become a little too obsessive with that. And I started...
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Come on.
Knowledge is power.
And I want to say the first book I read was like The Alchemist, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I just started I feel like there were a couple in that. I feel like 4 of them. I just started reading, and I started talking to family as well. Because before that, the only relationship I had with my family was just, we're family, we love each other, that's it. But I started asking questions to my mom, to my nana and papa. I used to ask them to pray for me a little more now, and just kind of asking them what their purpose was in life. That was a big thing.
Yeah. And then you realize like how much I feel like your mom qualities you have, and then of your dad's qualities, and it's like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my,
the good and the bad. What?
Right.
I'm at home the other day just like chilling, watching TV. And I'm like crying. I'm like, why? Something's on the TV. And I'm like, this is my mom. This is my mom. This is not me. Like, I would look at my mom growing up like, I know you're not crying at this. I'm sitting there like, this is so beautiful. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to realize like things I get.
That's power too, to be able to feel. Like, I feel so bad for the people that are numb. Like, people make fun of me all the time, like, for crying. Even yesterday, Nick had an interview with his pastor, and I cried 3 times, and he's like, I hear you sniffling in there, and I'm just like, I just feel so touched. But to be able to, like, really feel things at your core, I think it's beautiful. I think it's so powerful. And it's a part of living.
It is a part of living. And that also goes to me being that little rebel kid, because when they would tell us men don't cry, I'm like, okay, then I'm going to go make myself cry, because you're not about to tell me. I was very much like that, so, my spiritual journey has been great, because I feel like it's changed. I feel like I'm still on a spiritual journey, but it just has changed in so many ways since 2021. Like, in the beginning, it was so much more about learning about not taking things personally and boundaries.
Let's get into the 4 agreements.
The 4 agreements, all of that, And then it really dove deep into like childhood trauma and the people you have around you and people pleasing. So where I'm at now with it, I don't know if you were going to ask that. I'm over here talking, but
no, please.
Where I'm at now with it is definitely prioritizing what makes me the happiest. And that's my peace.
Yes.
And what gives me the most peace is staying true to myself and doing the things that I know I should be doing. If I say I'm going to do something, really do it. Right. That gives me like,
I was going to ask, like, how do you know the things that you're supposed to be doing? Because honestly, like, where I'm at and what I kind of struggle with is like, what does Shania truly want? What is that thing? Because I'm so used to like making everything work. Finding the beauty and the silver lining and everything. being that backbone for my friends, for my family, for my environment.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, what does Shania really want? Is this what I really want? Okay, but I like this too. So it's like, how do you know that this is what you should be doing?
You know, that's like not a difficult question, but a little difficult, because growing up, I always thought everybody knew their purpose when they were born. Because
Really?
I knew right out the gate that I knew that I really enjoyed making people smile.
Mm-hmm.
I was good at it, and I was passionate about it. So I'm like, I know my purpose, my passion, and my gift all align. Mm-hmm. Like, I know I could walk in a room and crack a joke to my Nana and Papa's friends at church, and they don't even speak English, but I know I have something I can give. And so I knew at a very young age that I just wanted to make people's day and inspire people. But I think my advice for anybody starting their spiritual journey would be, like, really know what you think, what's your purpose in life, and work around that. You'll never lose. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Just focus on what you know you were put on this earth to do, and do it at full capacity. Yeah. Because that's how I kind of got my spiritual journey and my, like, mindset of what I should prioritize was, well, what makes me the most happiest, and how can I feed that? And now I'm definitely there, a little too there. So
where did this confidence come from? Have you always had it? You're like,
confidence? I'm shaking right now.
No, no, you really embody that. Like, for you to even, the way you're answering these questions is like, you have this great relationship with yourself and your self-trust.
Yeah.
Because, like, as you were speaking, I just started to feel like, to know what you really want is to hear that inner voice loud and clear, is to trust those instincts and feelings and the chills and, like, you know, to hear your body talking to you. So, like, you embody so much confidence. How did that start? Where does that come from? Am I on point? Is it, you know, like, what?
Yeah, I would say my mom installed a lot of confidence in me, because no matter what I wanted to do, my mom always supported me. And I wasn't an easy kid I wasn't a bad kid, but I was very much like, if I was vegan, if I decided I am vegan,
you're sticking to it.
I'm not only sticking to it, but everybody and their mama is going to know that I'm vegan, and we all should be vegan, and let's make vegan. Like, I was very much a loud kid, and was like down with just down to protest and down to change lives. And my mom just supported me. As long as I wasn't, like, hurting anybody and I was rude, she was down. So when I was a kid and I was like, Mom, I want to become a figure skater. Like, I think I want to, this is it. This is my life call. She's like, let's do it.
Aww.
I fell one time, never picked up skates a day in my life. So, I think having that and knowing that no matter what happens in this world, I can still go back to my mom and she's going to support me. That just is, like, my natural confidence. You know what I mean? And
support is everything.
Support. And my family.
Yeah.
When I say my mom, I really mean my family, because I'm so blessed to have the family that I have.
I love that. Family's everything.
Everything. Like, everything.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, you know that now, because there's so many people where it's like, they have to realize that on their journey, like, what truly matters in life. And, like, if there is anyone that you want to make happy or proud, it's them. But no, I love that you know that, because family is everything to me as well.
Yeah.
Are there any moments, though, of self-doubt that creeps in?
Yeah. A
like
lot.
What? Like, how?
Let me not say a lot.
Like, how do you deal with them?
I know when they're coming. I know what triggers them. And I've gone to a place now where I have to keep telling myself, you just have to trust yourself. When you trust yourself, that means you're trusting God. That means you're trusting the universe. That means you're trusting your instinct. And that's scary, but you can never go wrong with trusting yourself. I would say that, and the quote that I live by every day is live life freely. And I just think in my mind, like I close my eyes and really just, like, and picture all the things in my head just, like, floating away.
I love that.
That
so
helps
do you
a lot.
feel truly free where you're at right now?
Yeah.
I love that. Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm feeling really free, and I know that it's resonating, because I feel like people that in my life that have never felt comfortable to be themselves are the most comfortable now around me even. And I think it's because energetically you can feel that. It's like an unspoken language where you could feel like you could be at peace with the people around you. And I'm having a lot of that.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. What are some ways do you feel like what are some of the things you do to help you stay grounded and just spiritual mental health practices?
Okay.
Because, that's like everyone's goal to reach this point of enlightenment. We know you're a Taurus.
I know.
We know it comes natural.
No. Because also, too, it's also getting lost in that daze sometimes and being comfortable in that. Because sometimes when your mind is just kind of going haywire, I feel like as humans, we try to get at peace and try to get there quickly. But the only way you're going to get through that is really living with that. So it's okay to be lost in a daze sometimes without maybe not knowing what to do, maybe not knowing what to think, but sit in that because it will come.
Right.
It's faster than trying to find it so quickly,
right.
Some of the things that I like to do, just going to sound crazy.
What?
I want to sound so crazy because I feel like my entire day is based around making sure I'm doing things that give me peace, like a morning routine, a night routine, a midday routine. Like it's.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
In itself, you're like, but like it really
they're like
does.
your non-negotiables. Like can't you tell a difference the days that you don't do your morning routine, or like the days you forget to pray or meditate, or like you 100%. Didn't make time for it? You'll have the most chaotic day compared 100%. To you do that morning routine. This is a non-negotiable. You don't miss out on it. And like how you said, how spirituality is really just self-love. Which is
prayer is a big part of that. Mm-hmm. Prayer, but I've always been praying though, because I grew up with my grandparents, so they were in church my entire life. If they're not at home, Nana and Papa are at church. Mm-hmm. So praying was just something that me and my family just do. Like, I'll pray for you before we leave. Like, did you pray over each other? So, and I didn't realize how important it was until I got into this world and people weren't praying.
Right.
So that's definitely something that I do every day. But me and my family are a little too extreme. Like, we'll hear like a fire hydrant, we pray. We pass a church and we pray.
I love that.
I pray before I get on the treadmill. You never know what could happen on the treadmill. I pray before I get on the freeway, before I walk into a movie theater, before so that's just going on all day. So that's one. Truly drinking water. I know that sounds maybe a little.
No, that's amazing.
Drinking water with intention and really, I make moon water when there's a full moon and I do that.
Oh, I love that.
But drinking water, staying off of social media.
So you definitely are one of those people that got the time limit on your phone.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what the time limit is. I just delete that.
Oh, how long do you delete the app for?
Until I have to post.
Wow.
Yeah. So friends and family have gone through marriages and babies, and I'm like, I did not even see that because I don't even have the app. But I'll re-download it, post, check my DMs.
That's interesting because it's like you're so active on social media and like thriving on social media. Like you're following, constantly growing. So what is that even schedule like?
There is sometimes a schedule, but...
Or do you feel like, okay, I'm feeling the energy of just, like when do you know when to delete it?
I feel like when there's work moments, like today, or when there's an event, or there's like music wise, of course I'm on it. And I've studied social media and how to like really do it. But when there's like, I've been recording lately, I don't really need to be seen. I have enough photos to post for the week.
Did you ever get like posting anxiety or like social media anxiety, or you never even let it get to you that much?
No.
That's
I just
amazing.
post it. Like I honestly need to care about it a little more because I've posted things without a caption. Like, oh, I forgot the caption. I like
that.
I'm very much. I want to treat it like that. Authentic, yeah. And the last thing would be me being by myself in my car, driving, listening to music. Like that's the biggest thing that just centers me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
For sure.
I want you to share something though with like your spiritual journey and things that you learned, because like I could just tell like you're really, really tapped in. So if you could give us like a story of like when you really got deep into your spiritual journey, or like a crazy spiritual experience that you've had, just to show us like the depth of you really in this.
Oh, I would say when my friend Joel passed away. Yeah, I had a friend named Joel. Thank you. He was a photographer. And, growing up, it's easy to meet people for me because I'm such a people's person. I love to meet people. But it was hard because where do you meet people if you're in a group? The only friends you have are your group members.
Right.
So during the time where Mindless was like different members were going, we had a little more free time, and I met Joel. He's a photographer. He stayed in the same area as me, which is rare because I feel like no one lives where I live in LA. And we hit it off, and he was he was my age, and we always had these dreams about like me going on tour as a solo artist, and he'll be my videographer, my photographer, and we just like did so many fun things. And when he passed away, we had gone into like a fight like a day or two before, and it was more like, but you know, one of those fights that you have with your friends where you guys block each other, but then you unblock the next day. It's like one of those. I know that sounds crazy, but I think when he passed away and I wasn't able to apologize.
Oh, so you didn't?
I didn't
guys
know.
We
were on bad terms. So when that happened and I was able to go to his funeral and talk to his mom, and I'm close to his family, like that really made me check myself. That really
like
made
you just never know the last time you could.
You never know, yeah. Which is why I take it very personal when people go out their way or they're okay with leaving things on bad terms, because it's like, dang, like life is too short. But also too, I can also say boundaries are strong, because you can also miss somebody and know that they shouldn't be in your life. But with Joel, yeah, that definitely made me check myself. That, and then just recently, like a year ago, a couple people just left my life, like friends, relationships, old workers that I worked with in the industry, all that like within the month. And that really made me kind of, and they don't know each other. None of them know each other.
You must have did one of them Rico sweet prayers, like, God, if there's conversations that I haven't heard.
I did. I said,
and you got to be ready for those, because they'll just start falling and leaving like no other. That
is, I would say, has been really was the biggest thing, because I'm so big on loyalty. So when everyone kind of just left my life, I had to sit with myself and go, okay. And what's crazy is every single one of these people that kind of left my life, the reason was I all said no to something I just didn't feel comfortable doing.
Wow.
I put a boundary. So I don't live with that girl. At least that's a little better. But yeah.
What does loyalty mean to you?
Loyalty to me means seeing potential in somebody and sticking through to it. You know?
Yep.
You may not be able to physically see the money they may bring in, but if you have hope that they're going to work hard enough to get themselves somewhere, stick it through. Or even talent, if they're working really hard, just see potential in them. I feel like that's true loyalty. Choosing them before they even choose themselves sometimes.
I love that.
I feel like I'm a big reason why I'm here is because people believed in me, and I wasn't even believing in myself. So
wow, oh my gosh, I love the growth. This is amazing. Like the future of Princeton Perez is so bright.
The future.
So what can we expect musically next year? Or this year, sorry.
This year, yeah. Oh my gosh, I have an EP that I'm finishing up. And I've dropped about 2 records just to kind of fill out to see what the fans like and what I like. But I just shot a TV show. That was pretty fun.
Ooh, your own TV show? Because I know you said you're writing a short film or what?
I'm writing a short film, but no, the TV show was just something I got casted in, which was like really cool for me. But I'm writing a short film. Appreciate it. And just kind of
you being a director and writer come about this new title. Congratulations.
I've always loved movies. I've always loved short films, and it's so funny, if it's not music, I study movies every week.
What do you mean?
I go to the movies at least. I try to go twice or 3 times. I mean, I haven't been lately, but I watched maybe 60 movies in the theaters last year by myself.
Oh my gosh, isn't it so enjoyable watching a movie by yourself? Oh my gosh, no one's talking and distracting you, or just like...
It's so fun. Yeah. I go and I watch it, and I go home and I study the entire movie, and I learn on how they made it, how they got casted.
Have you always been into movies?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just never thought I was an actor. Music was the first thing that kind of took off, so I kind of went with that. But now that I'm, getting older and finding more purpose, I realized that I could also make people smile through things that I make. So,
100%.
Yeah, doing that's been fun.
That's where you and I have that in common. I really, really love TV and film. Like when I started working in soundtracks, I was like, oh, I'm going to get closer and closer to film and further away from like music, because I'm like, this is fun. This is where it's at.
It's been very fun. I'm excited.
Right? Have you thought about doing any type of like animation stuff?
Oh, heck yeah. I want
Animation's really, really fun.
I would love to. What? I
For
truly
voiceover,
believe.
like I could totally close my eyes and see like a little character for sure.
Absolutely. That would be so fun. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully. There's so much that I want to do, but creatively I've just been like locked in on really just turning a lot of the pain that I felt this last year into just art, really.
I love that. Are there any dream collaborations you're manifesting or hoping to happen? Or is it just like you're on your solo journey right now?
No, I would love to collab with artists. What? I would love to. I would love to get in the studio and do anything with Pharrell.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I feel like he also does film. I would just, anything. I would love to make a song with him, write a song with him, produce a song with him, style something with him. Like, I look up to him in so many ways. So I would say Pharrell.
Have you met him?
No.
Hopefully 2025 you will.
Come on, Pharrell.
Said it here at first on Soul Cync.
Right.
I love this. Honestly, I could talk to you all day, but we do have to close out soon. And before we do, we're gonna do a fun round of rapid questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
This is fun. This is fun.
What's the most unexpected song on your playlist? Surprise the people.
My most, I don't know because there's so many, but my most unexpected song on my playlist would probably be anything from like Disney Channel, my era though. Like,
it's not that unexpected.
I mean, listen, you could listen to my playlist and it's gonna have Sade,
right.
SZA, Pharrell, like Tame Impala,
and then Camp Rock,
and then High School Musical too, like right up in there.
I love it.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you could relive one day of your life, which one would it be?
If I could relive one day in my life, I would relive. This is gonna be such a boring answer because I want to give like an exciting like thing that happened in my life, but I had a really good day of like a couple months ago where it was just a chill day. Mm-hmm. I got like errands done, but I had so much peace. I think it was my first day of just really mentally being at a place I wanted to be. And I remember feeling like I want to have a day like this every day. Like I got, because a good day to me is when you get like stuff done. And I was like, gym felt good. Movie felt extra good. Saw some fam. Just checked off. Best sunset that day. It was so simple, but like that peace that I had, I would definitely do that again.
I love that. Who is your first celebrity crush?
My first celebrity crush was Selena.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, definitely Selena or Aaliyah, one of them. Yeah.
That's fire. If you had to describe yourself using only one emoji, which one would it be?
I had to describe myself. One emoji, it would be the sunset emoji. I know that sounds crazy, but goodness. It would be that one.
Sunsets. I love it.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'm going to go to my Instagram. I have a highlight of sunsets that I've been collecting since 2017.
Wow.
To 2025. Just sunsets around the world. Wow. Yeah. Either that or I would I got to give you a good one. I use this one every day. Shaking hands. That's shaking the hand for everything. Love you. Shook hand. All right, see you later. Shake hand. Got a question. Shaking my hand. Like I'm constantly like, I don't know why I like that one.
That's fire. It would be two different skin tones too. I love when people do that. It's
so cool. Absolutely.
Apple has really evolved. I love it. Okay. What's one fashion trend you think needs to make a comeback?
One fashion trend that I think needs to make a comeback would be, I feel like dad jeans are back, right?
Okay. I thought you were going to say cowboy boots, but they didn't really go anywhere.
Cowboy boots? Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, hold on.
I love your boots.
I have a story.
That was like all your comments on TikTok on
you know why? Because I have a story. Because only the core NB fans are going to know this. A couple years ago on tour, I'll never forget this day. We went out to go meet some fans, and I was in the venue, and I had like a Guns N' Roses shirt, some basketball shorts, hair up. I didn't know what to put on. So I put on these cowboy boots that I bought from the swap meet at home, right? And I'm walking out I don't know what. Just imagine like Jordan shorts and these cowboy boots, like Ariana Grande, like high up cowboy boots, and the fans wouldn't.
You got to send me a picture so we could like put it.
That picture has haunted me to this day for everything. My fans will post that for my birthday post. Like, they'll be like, shout out to Princeton. And so when I wore these, it's an honor of staying true to myself. But I feel like cowboy boots are back because of Cowboy Carter, right?
For sure. 1000%.
Turtlenecks.
Okay.
I got so excited when I said that.
Starting it.
Whoa, I got too excited. Yeah, a nice pressed turtleneck. You can never go wrong.
I love it. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Most spontaneous thing that I've ever done would be
with your rebel self.
Oh, I've said this story, but it's pretty bad. But I'll say it again. It's okay.
All right.
Happened on tour. The story, like you. Okay. We were in St. Louis, and we were at the Roxy. And they gave us like, I want to say the size of this TV, like a section in the venue to sign. Like everyone that, it was us, OMG Girls, Jacob Lattimore, everyone to just sign like you guys were here. I don't know what I was going through that day. But I was like, you're going to tell me to sign here? I'm an artist. I could be free anything. I could do whatever. I'm going to sign over here and over here and over there and over there and over there and over there. Before you know it, I had signed in a Sharpie over all the murals.
Like over other people's?
But not intentionally, of course. I wasn't saying I want to cross it out, but I was just like going like in between, like not even thinking like da-da-da. Before you realize it was over like everybody's mural, and they counted it as like vandalism. So then they called the police.
No, they didn't. So that's dramatic.
No, they called the police. We do the performance. They arrest me that night. I'm 17 years old. They arrest me after the policeman waited on the side of the stage. They arrest me and take me in the back of the car.
Oh my God, you really got arrested. Like,
yeah, I'm a rebel.
And everything. Don't play with him, okay?
I'm not a rebel like that. And then the next day I had to come back because we performed again. I had to write a letter to the mayor of St. Louis and apologize to the crowd because these murals were like, the Jackson 5 performed there. And they all signed it. But guess whose signatures? This was some serious stuff. Diana Ross performed there with the Supremes, and it's the mural, and you see my signature on the side. Like, what are you doing, Princeton? So I definitely, that was the most spontaneous thing I would never do again.
You learned your lesson.
Oh, what? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. That was crazy.
That was, yeah.
What's a talent you have that people would be surprised to know about you? You're like, all my talents, I do it. I'm out there. I'm exercise. Thank you.
I don't know, because I was joking around the other day and I like did a cartwheel in one hand and my friends were like, yo, that's crazy. I'm
like you're a gymnast.
I'm like, that's my party trick. I don't know. I have to think about. Can you give me yours? Because that would help me with mine.
Oh man.
Please. That's giving me time to think. Ooh. I want to give you a good one.
A talent? Because talent is such a deep word to me. It's like God-given.
Right, because I was going to say make guacamole, and that's not a talent. So I'm glad we're on the same page.
I can crack people's knuckles, like really well, in their back, and their hips, and their thumbs. That's like my party trick. Like I'm really into like, I guess it's like the body. Like I literally can like, like everything. Yeah, give me your thumb. If we could reach. Oh, look at you. We're making music now. Rap on the beat.
I could crack. But like,
I can't do it to other like people, my knee, my hip, my elbows, my shoulder. I'll probably crack right now. I don't know if you could hear it. Put it in the mic. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's the only one I can think of right now. But yeah.
I don't know. What's a God-given talent that I have? I mean,
yeah, when you think about talent like that, it's kind of harder to do. And these are not rapid questions. These are just more interview questions. Oh, okay. But I do want to ask you.
Rapid. You're right. Go.
I do want to ask you this last one, for the fans.
Okay.
Give them something, you know? Would you ever consider a Mindless Behavior reunion, even if it was just for a one-time event?
I mean, I feel like it's definitely inevitable that it's going to happen.
Okay,
it
good.
just has to happen the right way.
Okay.
Just because MB was we had so much substance. It wasn't just like I said, it wasn't just a group that we had artist development. Like there's some real core talent in that all of us have, especially the other boys. Like they are so talented. So if it's going to be done, it has to be done with all members and everyone is like locked in mentally. That's my biggest thing. If mentally we're not there should not be anything.
You guys all get along, right?
Yeah, we're cool.
Okay, I love that.
I wish Mike came. Dang, that sucks.
I know. Well, you have to come back on the show, and I want you to get really deep, and I want you to cry. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, just ask me anything.
I'll bring the
I'm about to cry now because
cry.
I can't tell you my hidden talent. I'm not leaving here until I think of one. Hold on. I have 20 seconds to think of a talent that I know that I have that nobody would expect me to have.
Learn something and come back. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Let me go. Oh, this is a talent. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I can read it. I can understand it, and I can write it.
That's cool. Wow. So it just comes to you maybe when you're not like thinking about it as much?
No, it's just my family. My entire family speaks Spanish. So growing up, that's where the group thing kind of came in at 9, where I was learning Spanish in my family. But then once I joined the group, they didn't need me to learn Spanish. So in homeschool, I had to go to school that like taught me how to pronounce my like A's and vowels and all that. So I feel like that's a talent because I could be with my entire family. Friends have come over for holidays and they're just Spanish. And I'm replying in English, knowing exactly what they're saying.
But if you had to text them back, you got them.
I could probably say something back in text. I could read it, like my Bible verses in Spanish. So, but I can't like come to like say it. And they're like, that's so interesting. Yeah,
that is. I mean, I hear that though. Like even my mom too, she's Filipino and she can't, like she's not fluent at all. It's really hard for her to even respond, but she could understand everything.
Nice.
Which is like so interesting. But the fact that you could even like write in it too, that's impressive. That's definitely a talent.
It's a talent, but it's like I just need to learn how to speak it.
Yeah. I'm learning French right now and it is so hard.
What do you know?
Ça va?
I don't know why I asked. I don't even know.
Nah, I know like the quick, like, you know.
Oui, oui.
Right. Oui, oui.
Ratatouille.
Ciao, Bella.
My favorite movie.
This has been so much fun.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate
seriously, honor, privilege, and a pleasure. You guys, please be sure to be on the lookout for his new short film, his new EP. Yeah. Make sure you're following him on all social platforms. And as always, stay aligned, stay intentional, stay true to you. Thank you guys so much. This is Soul Cync. My soulmates, thank you for tuning in, growing with me, and being part of this journey. If this episode resonated with you, take a moment to reflect, share it with someone who needs it, and let's keep the conversation going. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening on audio, leave a review. It truly means the world to me. And until next time, stay aligned, stay open, and keep syncing with your soul. This is Shania Kelly, and I'll see you next time on Soul Cync.